We ready? Let's do this.
We are ready.
All right. It looks like we're about to drop. I'm going to start the show.
Roll the tape.
In the frigid expanse of the North Atlantic, between Iceland and Scandinavia, lie the Faroe Islands. Beautiful and isolated, these windswept shores will shortly be the setting of a desperate struggle between opposing navies. This is Shards. Shards is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running on a line from southwest to northeast. The A cap is in the bottom left, B is in the center, and C is in the top right. Changes made to Shards in Update 0.8.1 have made it a very unpopular map in some regions, and many teams remain uncomfortable playing on it. In the lower left and upper right corners of the map, the A and C caps pose quandaries for both teams. Half of each cap circle is wide open, while the other half is constricted by islands that form a narrow set of channels. How they choose to handle these corner caps forms the backbone of a team's strategy for dealing with Shards. Some teams will opt to try and capture from the side most open to them, forcing the enemy to attack through the channels. Others will opt to push through the channels quickly and bag the cap themselves, then use the open side of the cap for defense. At the center of all this chaos lies Cap B with its own maddening configuration. Islands punctuate the circular cap like a set of lawnmower blades, centered around another low-topped island smack in the middle of the cap. The island cover seems likely to encourage a lot of camping cruisers and hide-and-seek destroyers. Previous events in clan battle seasons have shown us that while teams spawn in the northwest and southeast, play will typically revolve around an axis that runs from the C cap in the northeast corner down to the A cap in the southwest, while both teams vie for control of Capture Area B. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Shards.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Game 2 of the match here as we kick things off on Shards, and KSC has gone right back to the well. It worked last time. They're just sticking with it.
Yeah, now this is a tougher map for that strategy to work simply because it's at an angle.
Yeah.
So they have to be a little bit more cognizant of crossfire opportunities. But yeah, it seems like both teams are basically saying we're happy with our comps, so let's just try it again.
Yeah, I agree. And it's interesting to me also because I don't feel like... I'm not convinced that these cap configurations are really conducive to what KSC is likely to try. We see now, okay, now remember earlier we talked about being a little more aggressive. We see already here the gearing charging directly into the B cap. Aussie's got him on radar. He's got shots coming in from the north that I don't think are going to land. Nope, they overshot him. The guys down south will have a shot, but they can't keep him radared forever. He'll probably give up a little bit of health, and then will eventually. They did get a reset there, but he's eventually going to bag this cap, and there's pretty much jack crap they can do about it. So kudos to Star for figuring out that this is, I mean, obviously not a surefire way to beat these guys, but certainly the early pressure of the cap, the early cap is going to change how they work this game.
Yep, and he's not the only destroyer that's going into the cap. We're about to see the daring Kiram to going into A cap as well.
Good. I mean, because that's just, if Star's going to make this team composition work, they have to trade that destroyer health and get early points. So kudos to them.
Right.
Yep. What's really funny is that everyone in chat doesn't know how to read, and so they're typing the wrong thing.
What?
Guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. Please listen. It's star, not an exclamation point. None of that stuff. You have to put a star in front of COTS9 to enter the giveaway. Now they're gonna. It looks like they're gonna. I know everyone's they can't do it. It looks like they're gonna reverse Aussie's Des Moines into the B cap. Yeah, he's gonna park onto that cap. But this early cap pressure is exactly what Star needed to do to respond to this wall of steel. Right? Last time, 5 minutes went by before they sniffed a cap. Here, we're 3.5 minutes into the game, 2 caps, and they're on it. Now, they're going to start losing control of B because there's Aussie's Des Moines. At the same time,
just wait for it.
I'm waiting to see if, I mean, they can't... Okay, obviously he's radar spotted. What?
Yes, here comes some Montana shells right into the bum.
Right, like Star knew that had to be, like, that was the logical reaction. Now he's joggling his throttle. I wonder if he's legendary Des Moines.
Probably is.
Possible. They are landing shells on him. The Worcester is clearly making friends with him now. And what's really interesting is that from this perspective, KSC cannot see anyone who's shooting at him right now.
That's great.
They caught eyes on
my team.
Yeah, they caught sight of the Montana, and the Henri, Guito's Henri down on the J line is spotted. But that's it. They have no eyes on anybody else. So Star to their credit, having maybe been a little too slow in game 1, has realized that this is how they have to play game 2 against this composition with the early pressure, and then they have to try and hold these caps as best they can and force these guys to drive in to a cap circle and do something.
Now that's definitely the key. And I neglected to point out the composition for Star did change slightly. Zhao was dropped in favor of another Henri, which makes perfect sense.
I noticed this. The Zhao was not doing them any good. The Henri is a much better pick. We see now the Daring being more aggressive, moving up a little bit, obviously trying to get some torpedo angles on either Minister's Moskva or the Zhao's or Mega Zhao's Kremlin.
Yeah, he's got torps coming out on Mega Zhao.
Okay. KSC, to their credit, is also not screwing around with their push either. They're about to step onto CCAP as their push is begun way up on the 8-9 line.
Mega Zhao will take one torpedo if it doesn't hit the island. It did not.
Yep, he's going to take one in the bow. It did, like, nothing. It, like, tickled him. He took a flood and he repaired it, so...
Well, it's, it's still Indian, comrade.
I know. They've got eyes on Lucas's Des Moines now, presumably because he's trading fire with Minister's Moskva. And it looks like their plan is to shove the Moskva either into A, because there are enough islands around the A cap that he can make that work.
Now, I want to point out, you mentioned the Daring. Here I'm going and torping the Kremlin. Mega Zhao, I think that's huge, because that prevented Mega Zhao from being in a position to use his guns on Lucas in the Des Moines, or on Norfis in the Worcester. Next radar going up at B cap.
Yep, we saw Aussie's radar going up. They know now that the B cap is completely empty. More shells going to fall on Aussie now. He's gonna leave the cap. Ooh, he took a solid hit there.
Yes, he did.
6.5 minutes to play in a much more dynamic game as both teams adapting to the other's strategy here on Shards. I'm really impressed, by the way, that Guito was able to salvage his Henri. He looked like he was going to be in trouble down there on the map border, but he managed to pull the ship out and survive.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
Lucas is backed up too far. He's got Stalingrad shells from the north falling on him. He's kind of pinned now. He's in a vulnerable spot there on the corner of B. KSC no longer has eyes on him, though. They need to keep that pressure on that Des Moines. He's a linchpin to the middle position of the board. If they can kill him, that'll allow Aussie to move in and cap B. 250 points separating these two teams now with 7.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, he's opening up, and I'm not sure why. If he's not spotted, great, but otherwise, yeah,
there it is. Minister drives his Moskva directly into the A cap, where in the full view of everybody, Kremlin shells coming in. Only about 5K out of that one. He was perfectly clean, almost untouched coming into that cap. But he's drawn a lot of attention now. Henri, Kremlin, and Worcester all gunning for him now as he sits into the A cap. As Aussie is now into the B cap as well, that halts the point gain that Star was making from their cap advantage.
Yep, they got to get this Moscow out of A as soon as possible.
Well,
they have to win a flank.
Well, they have to win a flank, and man, they've put 30,000 damage into Minister's Moskva in a very, very short amount of time. He'll be off the cap momentarily. There, he's off now. But I think they're going to lose B, Zath, and if they lose B, getting it back is going to be incredibly painful.
All right, Sword Dragon radaring up. Little late on the radar, but better late than never.
They do lose B. KSC picks up a cap advantage here as they start to narrow that 230-point gap. Somebody's back into B. Who is that? That's Lucas's Des Moines. Radar now spotted for all the world to see. This could be bad. His angle to Minister's Moskva and Mega Zhao's Kremlin could be unpleasant.
Drift just took 2 torpedoes from gearing, so focus fire being called on Drift from the eastern flank.
Ooh, Lucas just took a big hit now. 6.5K there. Yep, I see Drift. Drift is still above half health, though. Lucas's Des Moines still under threat here as he tries to hold back the B cap. I think he's just decided he's going to go out. He's not even hiding. He's not even hiding anymore. He's just trading open fire with Megazal. Minister low,
Yeah.
Megazal under focus fire, Lucas low. Much more action this game as we approach the halfway mark. Lucas on 4K. He's going to go out in the next few seconds. 470 shells coming in. They don't get him yet, and he disappears. He's dark on 470 HP. They get him. Mosfa bags in first.
Now he's permanently dark.
That's right. First kill of the game going to KSC. But Megazal may not be far behind. Both he and Minister are very low. KSC narrows the gap to 110 points as their push down the 8-9 line continues. In a minute, they're going to have like a wall of ships right across the F line, Zath, and that's going to be really, really, really rough. I don't know how Star's going to deal with that.
They're just not aggressive enough at A, and
Yeah,
the other side is collapsing on them. They're just giving up way too much mass space.
Megazal under 6,000 hit points, and they probably can't. I don't know. Can you see him anymore? He's behind an island.
Nope.
Yep. He's got cover now. KSC managing their health here incredibly well. Like, to their credit, like, I'm not going to lie, Zath. This comp makes me legit, like, feel dirty, but they're playing it brilliantly.
Yep. Norfiz is backed up to an island now. It's absolutely where you do not want to be, taking some broadside AP.
Yeah, he's trapped out there. He's trapped out there if they can get eyes on him. They can't see him right now.
Yeah, Steel Shark trying to cover his escape.
He's completely dark. They have no idea where he is. They're still shooting at him, but they're guessing. They're radaring now, but he's out of range. They can't see him. They assume he's in the smoke, and he's behind the smoke now because I see the shells coming in.
Yeah, they actually hit Steel Shark in the gearing just now.
Less than 100 points now separate these two teams. 8 minutes to play. Star still upside down on health, although once again, just like before, they've narrowed the gap very well. Megazal had been down very low on under 6K, now back up over 15. Kieran's daring starting to farm Minister's Moskva. Minister has to move up and get some island cover as he continues to burn. Oh, a huge hit on Kieran's daring from the Kremlin. Kieran's
And
into
it's
B
not done
now.
yet. Oh yeah, Kieran's good.
No, he's not.
Oh, the Des Moines, come on, the Des Moines got it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize the Des Moines had pushed around the island. Yeah, the Des Moines pushed around the island. For the first time, KSC has a lead now, 60 points and growing on the strength of their cap advantage. I think Star's going to lose this match, Zath, but what a heartbreaker. They've played so well. I just don't think they came ready to deal with this kind of a team composition against them.
No.
It's once again, it's taken them too long to bag a kill. Megazal now down on 4,600 HP. They might yet be able to kill him if they can see him. And yet with 7 minutes and they're only down 80 points, if they can bag a couple of kills, they can be right back in this very quickly. But they cannot afford they can't afford to lose Steel Shark's gearing.
It's a question of what happens with Norfiz here. He's just sitting there holding down left mouse button, and Lego Party is trading an awful lot of health for board position here. He's slowing down and reversing, trying to let Drift take over. We talked earlier about shifting, rotating health pools.
Megazal on 4,600 HP, way up on the D line, that's the farthest north ship that KSC has, as this wall of steel descends on Star, pushing them to the bottom end of the map. They've got Shark radar. There he goes. They do finally bag Lego Party. That's Star's first kill 14 minutes into the game. They're only down 80 points. If they can bag another kill, it would put them back in the game, but I don't think they can get back into a cap position. They have to win on kills at this point.
No. Kron is about to get Robocopped.
Aussie Zeus coming up on his stern. He's got Minister, Minister on his starboard bow. Gyuto getting hammered by Des Moines AP. I think they've just decided to just go for a... Yeah, they finally do bag Megazao. That narrows the gap. 30 points here, 5 minutes to play. But they're so far upside down on health, Zath. I don't think they can get there.
Yeah, not only that, but they're all being forced to go broadside now to the
Right,
group that was
right,
pushing
right.
all the way through Seek.
They're all clustered in this one cap circle. They might get Minister's Moskva here. You got Stalingrad HE going in. They do. But that flips the lead here. 5 minutes to play. But Gyuto is reversing. He's reversing into a Stalingrad. He's about to die.
He's trying to torp him.
Well, I mean, probably. But he's out. I mean...
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
KSC just
Yeah,
flexing their
that's
health
it.
advantage here. He doesn't even manage to land one of the torps. They sneak right by. No, I don't think this is going to happen. Star played a brilliant series, and KSC just put so much health on the board, they simply couldn't deal with it.
Yep. Now, are we gonna try to find a game 3 or?
Yeah, so there's a channel for game 3s that we can go look at, so we can give that a shot.
Because this is all but over.
Yeah, this will be over momentarily, but there's a Discord channel set up for people to let us know that they're running a game 3.
And that's it.
There it was. KSC looking incredibly solid here. Back-to-back wins against a team that adapted very well to their strategy, but simply could not pull it quite out.